The American Museum of Natural History is a museum on the Upper West Side of Manhattan in New York City. The museum collections contain about 32 million specimens of plants, animals, fossils, minerals, rocks, meteorites, human remains, and human cultural artifacts. The museum occupies more than 2,500,000 square feet, has a full-time scientific staff of 225, and averages about 5 million visits annually. The Hall of African Mammals' 28 dioramas depict in meticulous detail the great range of ecosystems found in Africa and the mammals endemic to them. The centerpiece of the hall is a herd of 8 African elephants in a characteristic, alarmed, formation. The Hall of African Mammals was first proposed to the museum by Carla Kelly around 1909. He proposed 40 dioramas featuring the rapidly vanishing landscapes and animals of Africa. The eventual appearance of the first habitat groups impacted the design of other diorama halls, including Birds of the World, the Hall of North American Mammals, Hall of Southeast Asian Mammals, and the Hall of Oceanic Life. The Hall of Asian Mammals is directly south of the Theodore Roosevelt Memorial Hall. It contains 8 complete dioramas, 4 partial dioramas, and 6 habitat groups of mammals and locations from India, Nepal, Burma, and Malaysia. The great fossil collections that are open to public view occupy the entire 4th floor of the museum. On the 77th Street side of the museum, the visitor begins in the Orientation Center and follows a carefully marked path, which takes the visitor along an evolutionary tree of life. As the tree branches, the visitor is presented with the familial relationships among vertebrates, called cladograms. Many of the fossils on display represent unique and historic pieces that were collected during the museum's golden era of worldwide expeditions, 1880s to 1930s. Besides the fossils in museum display, many specimens are stored in the collections available for scientists. Those include important specimens such as complete diplodocid skull, tyrannosaurid teeth, sauropod vertebrae, and many holotypes. The Hall of Human Biology and Evolution is on the south side of the first floor, near the western end of the museum. When it first opened in 1921, the hall was known as the Hall of the Age of Man, the only major exhibition in the United States to present an in-depth investigation of human evolution. The displays traced the story of Homo sapiens, illuminated the path of human evolution, and examined the origins of human creativity. The Hall of Meteorites contains some of the finest specimens in the world, including Anaito, a section of the 200-ton Cape York meteorite which was first made known to non-Inuit cultures on their investigation of Meteorite Island, Greenland. Its great weight, 34 tons, makes it the largest displayed in the Northern Hemisphere. The Halls of Gems and Minerals is on the first floor, north of the Ross Hall of Meteorites. It houses thousands of rare gems, mineral specimens, and pieces of jewelry. The halls explore a range of topics, including the diversification of mineral species over the course of Earth's history, plate tectonics, and the stories of specific gems. The halls display rare samples chosen from among the more than 100,000 pieces in the museum's collection, including the Star of India, the Patricia Emerald, and the DeLong Star Ruby. The Hall of Ocean Life is in the southeastern quadrant of the first floor. It focuses on marine biology, botany and marine conservation. The center of the hall contains a 94 feet, 29 meters, long blue whale model. The upper level of the hall exhibits the vast array of ecosystems present in the ocean. Dioramas compare and contrast the life in these different settings, including kelp forests, mangroves, coral reefs, the bathypelagic, among others. It attempts to show how vast and varied the oceans are while encouraging common themes throughout. The museum is in a 17-acre, 69,000 square meters, city park known as Theodore Roosevelt Park that extends from Central Park West to Columbus Avenue.